What's up, guys? It's Casey the Rockstarflipper on another Thursday afternoon / evening. It's about dinner time, and today's video is all about bulk purchasing, bulk selling, and products that you can hopefully get in quantity to sell and make a good profit. I'm talking about products you can get from Alibaba, products you might be able to buy off of liquidation sites, products you might be able to buy off of eBay or Amazon in quantity and resell on the opposing website, or products you might just be able to Google and find, or find at flea markets in quantity even. So we're going to go over a few of those products, and these are products that I know people that sell, I know of people that sell, products I've done research on a website called TerraPeak that you pay, and you can see stats of all the items that sell on eBay, and just general knowledge products that I happen to know of, or that I have sold in the past on my own, and products that I currently sell. That do fairly well for myself, and I'm working on ramping that up. I'm trying to buy more products in quantity to sell. That way I can list them faster and get the inventory listed quicker than the items I buy at Goodwill and Salvation Army. Now, the one thing you have to remember about bulk purchasing is you're going to get a good deal if you find an item that you can buy and sell at a profit, and you're going to make a good profit as long as you do your research. But opposed to the items that you and I or all of us buy at the Goodwill outlets or at Salvation Armies, you're not going to get those good of prices. We are buying items for a quarter, 50 cents, $1 at these stores. It's not that easy to buy products that cheaply from Alibaba or from liquidators or from flea markets. It just doesn't work so well. So the profit margins are not going to be as insane. You're not going to buy an item for 50 cents and resell it for $15 or $20. You're going to buy an item for $2 or $3 that you're going to resell for like $12, $13, and you're going to net like $9 on it. So you're going to turn your 3 into 9 or your 4 into 10. You're not going to turn your 50 cents into 10. As much as we'd all love to do that, that is Goodwill outlet, and that requires listing items one at a time, which I'm not saying not to do. Of course not. That's my entire business. I love those margins, but I'm trying to pad my inventory with items that we can list quickly. Now, the other thing to remember about these items is when you can list them quickly like this in quantities, they typically take their time to sell. If you buy 100 of something, let's say you find an iPad case that you want to sell, and you're going to buy, they've got 5 colors, so you buy 20 of each color, you get 100 of them in there, and you're paying like $3 a piece for them. So you spent $300. You're going to list them at like, say, $12, $13. You're trying to net 9 or 10. Well, that's great, but you might only sell 1 a day. It may take you 3 months to sell them all. So at 1 a day, 30 in your first month, if you're netting 9, that's 270. Let's just call it 300. Let's say you sell 32 or 33 of them. It's going to take you the full month just to get your money back. And then month 2 and month 3, every time one sells, you'll be making a profit. And that's the idea. You want to buy something. Normally, I buy stuff from Goodwill outlets where I spend $30 or $40, and I can sell 1 or 2 items in the first couple days, get the money back, and then everything else sells. That's great. But I want to have that quantity where I can list a ton of the items and just set it and forget it. The money comes back in a month or a couple weeks or even 2 months, and then everything after that is profitable until I can eventually build thousands of those items into my inventory, so that every day I'm selling a couple, 2, 3, 4 of those items, making an extra 40, 50, 60, upwards to $100 a day. Hopefully I can sell 10 items a day and not even think about it. So that's what we're going to discuss today. So let's jump right into it without further ado. Alright, so I'm going to give you guys 5 of the items that I either have sold in bulk or purchased mainly off of Alibaba, or that I know somebody that's currently selling, or that I know of or have heard of somebody selling that they do very, very well on. So the very first product is one that I've talked about before, and I'm looking at my phone and my notes right now, and this is the most globally sold item, period, far and away, by none. And most people would say, well, Casey, isn't that competition? Isn't that bad? And I would say yes, and I would also say no. And the reason I say no is because that means the demand is that high. You don't need to sell, I would imagine that this product sells 87 billion items a year, and you don't need to sell 87 billion or even 1 billion to make money. You only need to sell at, let's say you can make $5 an item. You only need to sell 1,000 items a month to make pretty good income, or 2,000 items a month to make a full-time income. So really, you just need a tiny, tiny, tiny portion of the market to sell this item and make money. And what am I talking about? It's mobile cases. It's tablet and cell phone cases. You guys have heard me talk about these before. I personally sell iPad cases through Amazon FBA. It is the only product I currently have at FBA. I have several hundred of them at FBA, and I sell a couple a day. The reason that I don't sell more of them is the particular cases that I have experience with and that I sell are very high quality, high grade. Let me show you one of them. I actually have one of them here. I've kept a few for eBay sales reasons, but I can show you guys if I can find it. I know I have at least a couple here somewhere. Oh, here we go. So, sorry for the plastic if it makes too much noise, but I can't take it out. So this is an iPad mini 4 case, which at the time was the newest iPad mini. And it's a durable, I know it's hard to see, but it's got a little kickstand here. It's flexible silicone, but it's also hard. It's good. It's colored hot pink. I bought them in like 8 different colors. I bought like pink and blue and green and orange and black and white and red and yellow. I think I ordered 100 of each at the time. I ordered like 800 of them. I paid, I think $2.50 landed. So, because I remember the cost being close to $2,000 and I bought 800 of them. So at $2 was 16 and another 15. Yeah, I think it's right at $2 grand. So I'm like at $2.50. That was ordered and shipped from China here. I have them currently listed at, when I first started selling them, they were selling for $14.99. I gradually stopped selling them and I had to drop the price to $12.99. They're currently at $11.99, I believe, which puts me at an in-pocket of like $7, $7.50, which is fine because I paid $2.50, so I'm tripling my money basically. It's still good, and I sold about half of them. I sold around 400 to 450 of them. It's been 5 or 6 months, so I'm only selling like 80 a month. Like literally at one point I was selling 3 or 4 a day, you know, 90 to 120. Now I'm down to selling like 1, sometimes 2 a day. So really I'm down to like 40 or 50 a month that are selling. So they should be gone in the next couple of months. I figure with Christmas they'll be gone by Christmas. But with that being said, my average net in pocket on those was probably $8. When I was selling them at a higher price, I was netting like 10 or 11. After FBA fees and whatnot. So at even at like an $8 net in pocket, average net in pocket times the 800 that I bought, that's $6,400. We'll just call it $6 grand. I only paid $2,000, so I tripled the money. It took many, many months. So the idea is that you're supposed to keep buying this material every month. I didn't keep buying it because I said I want to wait 30 or 60 days to see how that stuff sold. I gave it 30, 60 days. It sold pretty well. I think in the first month I got back like $1,000, and the second month I broke even, and the third month I made like $400 or $500. So I was pretty happy with it, and I was gonna make another order, but I got busy on the other stuff, and I was like, you know, I don't even know that I want to spend $2,000 more. But right now, with Christmas coming up, I think I'm going to go ahead and do it. I'm going to go ahead and pull the trigger and spend $2 grand and buy some more cases. I don't know if I'm going to buy that same one. That one did okay. There's some other ones I have my eye on, but I think I'm going to do it. So that's number 1, wireless cases for tablets. You can buy iPad cases, iPad mini cases. Samsung Galaxy tabs are pretty popular. The iPad is the most popular, but Samsung is also very, very popular. You can buy those. Now make sure when you're buying these, again, you want to do private label. You don't want to buy something that's already branded. Don't let it have the word Apple on it anywhere. This doesn't even have the word iPad, which is trademarked. This just says Mini 4. That's it, just Mini 4. And I branded it with my brand. It says the Electronic Zone. If you search for that on Amazon, you will find my cases for sale. And they're through FBA. They're at the warehouse now. So that's number 1. Number 2, we're going to stay in that same category. You'll notice that a lot of the category is electronics. And it's chargers and cables. So the blocks, the chargers, you know, everybody knows what we're talking about. I probably have a few over here. Yeah, here you go. So we're talking about charger blocks like these. We're talking about charging cables. And we're not talking about the cheap Chinese stuff. I buy what is called MFI certified. And that means it's up to the standards of Apple. It's not going to get hot. It's not going to melt your phone. It's not going to fry the customer's device. That's the last thing that you want. You don't want to sell a product that the customer gets, they plug in their phone, and overnight it melts. Bad business. It will get you shut down quickly. You want to buy MFI certified chargers and blocks. They're a little more money. You're not going to get them for 50 cents a piece. You're going to spend $1, $1.25. But you're going to resell these. I sell them on eBay mainly. I sell them in lots. Now, I have FBA'd them before, but I used to sell these in lots, and they did okay. It wasn't great, but now that they have the MFI certifieds at the price that back in the day they were more expensive. I spent more money, which is why I didn't do so good. This is the second product that I'm thinking about buying for Christmas. I want to sell a block and a cable and a set of MFI, or MFI cable and MFI block and a set of headphones as a set. And I think I can sell them for 12 to 15 bucks. Because these little blocks will sell for like $3, $3 to $4. The cables will sell for like $3. And the headphones will sell for $3. They all sell together as a lot in convenience, $10 to $12. People that are kitting phones or kitting devices, they'll buy them. Refurbishers will buy them. Stores will buy them to resell them to their customers in the store for $19.99. There's a lot of places you can sell them. People don't want cheap Chinese stuff. So if you advertise your goods as MFI certified and you're a US-based seller, they will buy from you on eBay. Almost always. You can sell this stuff on Amazon. The problem is you have to sell it individually. You don't have an option for a lot. And I haven't checked on that, but I will have to check. You could certainly create one as your product. But yeah, these chargers and those cables. The other thing that sells really good with those, which you should always keep an eye out for, is the colored and the longer ones. People don't want the 12-inch cable. They want like that 3-foot cable that they can put behind the couch and stretch it over. Those flexible braided cables, those sell super, super good. I got an offer to buy those flexible braided iPhone cables, excuse me, for like $2.50 a piece. MFI certified, like $3. Sounds like a lot for a cable, and it is, but those resell for like $13, $14. They're braided, they're flexible, they don't break like the other ones. They're better, they're sturdier, they're MFI certified, and they're just better quality. You can get them for like 2 foot for like $3. So I'm looking at those as well. I'm looking at really stocking up for Christmas this year, and I plan to make my order in September to get it before October, get it all up, listed, or at the Amazon warehouse by October, and let it start selling October, November, December. That's my plan. So that's number 2, the chargers, charging cables, things like that. Number 3, this one might surprise you, but it is mouse pads and wireless mice. I have sold these as individuals. I have not bought them in bulk yet. I'm looking for a good supplier. I have been going back and forth with a few guys over these. There are really, really good mouse pads. And I don't mean mouse pads that are trademarked. Don't buy Disney mouse pads because they'll sell. Don't buy, like Batman mouse pads. Not good. If you buy a Batman mouse pad at a yard sale and you resell it, nobody's really going to say anything. But if you buy 1,000 Batman mouse pads from China and put them up on Amazon or eBay, you might get whacked. That's a trademarked item. When I say buying mouse pads, you want to buy one with a cool design, like stars or stripes or lightnings, or you know what I mean, like something with a cool design, raindrops, whatever it is, volcanoes, something that's not trademarked, not owned, that will still resell. I got offered mouse pads, which I'm negotiating on right now, for about $1.50 a piece landed. That's including the shipping. I'm paying like 99 cents for them. They're gonna be like 50 cents each once they're boxed up and shipped to me. And I think I can get $9.99 out of them. So I'm good with that. If I can buy, 500 of them at a time and spend 750 bucks and put them up and net, like $6 on them, I really, really would do well. I only need to sell 100 to be or 120 to be profitable. So that's something, it's surprising. Mouse pads really, really sell well. I've sold them like phenomenally well in the past. Always consistently sell them for $9 or $10 with some kind of good content. The 2-for-1 on this is wireless mouse. Now you're not going to get a wireless mouse like my i8 mouse. That's rare. This thing cost me 50 bucks at BMW at the dealership. Now I know it's markup and it's a name or whatever, but there are some really cool shaped wireless mice, and they're just plain colors or see-through and they light up. You can find those in bulk on Alibaba. They will sell them to you. This is the more expensive one. I've been priced $5, $7, $10 a piece for them, but you can get 20 bucks a pop for them on eBay and Amazon. It's something that I was considering sending into Amazon FBA. The problem is it's a really high cost of goods. Most have a 100 order minimum at $6, $7 an item minimum. I mean, you're just talking about spending $600 or $700 to get 100 items. So you really got to have the capital to spend on that. I have the money to spend on that. I can definitely source it. But do I want to put that much money out? It might be a good Christmas idea. That's the only reason I'm considering it. So mouse mouse pads and mice. Batteries for phones, batteries for, and a lot of them are internal batteries now, but batteries for tablets, specialty batteries for things like cameras, the Handycam that I use, Canon, Nikon cameras. They don't have to be labeled, but they need to be certified, just like the charging cables. You have to make sure that you're not selling a trademarked item. That's the most important thing. You'll get your account banned. You don't want that to happen. So batteries for high-end electronics. Really, really good. It's self-explanatory. Go in and price them on Amazon, price them on eBay, and then look through Alibaba or in bulk. I see those at the flea market a lot. Guys selling them by the truckload. The problem with those are they're probably Chinese, and you don't want to sell low quality. I'm not saying you can't. A lot of people sell low quality stuff on eBay or Amazon. Just be very, very careful if you do. And number 5. Number 5 is one that I sell personally one at a time because that's all I can get them. I've been looking for them. I have found them, but they're too expensive right now. I'm sure they're available cheaper. Dry fit workout clothes. I'm talking about the shirts. I'm talking about the compression shorts, the compression running pants, the like 3/4 compression pants. All those types of things that are dry fit. They're quick dry, they're workout, they're for football players, for runners, for bicyclers. That stuff sells really, really good. You've seen me sell the used ones for 10 to 15 bucks. The brand new ones, $16, $18, $20. If I can find a source to buy them for 2 or 3 bucks or less in bulk, and they're just plain colored, they don't have to be Nike, they don't have to be Under Armour, they don't have to be Adidas or Reebok. Those sell because they are a name brand. But it does not mean that a generic one that you build your brand with, let's say that you call yourself Athletic Works Apparel. You can brand that, and you can certainly get to selling that stuff at $1 or $2 under the brand names, or $3 under the brand. Maybe you sell them for $15. If you're bringing them in by the caseload, 1,000 pieces at $1 a piece or $2 a piece, you're spending $2,000 to get them here, and you can sell 1,000 pieces at a net $8 a piece. That's $8,000 on a $2,000 purchase. Dry fit clothing sells super, super, super good. I went to Dick's to buy a dry fit shirt that I wanted, a long sleeve one for Tough Mudder last year, and I think I spent like $24.99 on that thing, and I was disgusted. It was Under Armour, but it's like $25 or $30. It might have been $29.99 now that I think about it. It was a lot of money. I was like, man, for one shirt that I'm just going to demolish and that I'm working out in, that I'm using for an event. Dry fit sells super, super good, and it is available on Alibaba all day long. It's also available on liquidation sites, a lot of clothing liquidator sites, so check those out. Again, you have to do your research, but these are just items to keep in mind that you might be able to buy for the holiday season to FBA, set it and forget it, or to possibly list on eBay and ship yourself. So the 5 items are tablet and phone cases, chargers for mobile devices, chargers and cables and blocks, batteries for high-end electronics, mouse pads and wireless mice, and dry fit clothing. Those are our 5 items for the day. I hope that gives you guys some ideas, or maybe you can use those 5 items to branch off onto other items. Just make sure you're very, very careful. Make sure you're willing to risk the money. Make sure you don't trademark infringe on anybody. And lastly, make sure that you know they're not going to sell in a day or a week. It's going to take a little time. You have to build that inventory up and slowly sell it off, get your money back, and then buy more inventory. Thanks a lot for watching, guys. How to buy bulk items to resell, especially for fourth quarter with the holidays coming up. This is your last day. Tomorrow is Q&A Friday. Fingers crossed Kate can join us. I'm not sure. If she's not with us tomorrow, I will definitely have her next week. I'm trying to get her on a Skype call or a Google Hangout call to do Q&A Friday with us tomorrow. I'm going to make Q&A Friday long. I've got a ton of questions. Expect like a 30-minute video tomorrow on Q&A. So I'm trying to get all those. I'm going to put all those together after the Goodwill store tomorrow. I'm going to the outlet store tomorrow's Friday. It should be empty. So we'll have a haul video. We'll have a Q&A section of the video. Probably 2 different videos, not sure yet. And just make sure you get your questions and answers in. Make sure you send them into... I think I'm going to make an email dedicated to just Q&A questions. I'm going to have everybody Q&A it to the email. Because putting them down in the comments is great, but they get scattered, and I try to open every video and try to find your comments and your questions. So I might just put an email together for everybody to send it to. I'll let you guys know. I'll update you. But anyways, Follow us on social media. They are down in the description as always. Instagram, Facebook, and Twitter. All three I'm active on. Next month they will have a full-time social media manager, so look for that. And like this video, share it, and subscribe if you already haven't. I think we've got almost, in the last 30 days, 2,000 new subscribers, over double what I had before. So thanks so much, guys. I appreciate it, and I will see you guys tomorrow for Q&A Friday. Have a great night.